Where we are today is the Tampa RV Super Show for 2023, and we're standing in front here with Daryl at the RV AC Silencer, and we're going to talk about new filters. Hey, Daryl.
Hey V, nice to come back. I appreciate you stopping in. It's always a pleasure meeting and greeting with you and chatting about the future and the past and everything in between.
Absolutely. So what's new with filters?
Yeah, so at Wacko Products, I originally came out with the RV AC Silencer, and V is a great customer of mine also. We've got, I think we've got about 25 to 30,000 units sold in all the silencers, believe it or not, V. That's something I went through numbers the other day, and I'm rather proud of that. But as I find, as people evolve and bought my silencers, they love the silencer, they love the filters, and now they get into an RV where you have OEM filters. In other words, you don't have that central ceiling assembly in the center of the coach anymore. You don't see your air conditioner. All you have is vents off to the side. And the question that's come up is, I want those filters. And I'm like, in the past I say, I don't have any, and finally the light came on in the head up here and said, why don't I? I have the filter material.
Nice. Very nice.
So all I have to do is cut them. So we are now cutting OEM filter replacements, whether the 5 1/4 rounds with or without holes. We've got the Tiffins where they're square. This fits like Integras and Jaycos, multiple different brands. These filter assemblies typically are not factory made. They're made by somebody a supplier that the OEMs buy.
Right.
So it's you can be in multiple different units out there and brands and so forth. So, but what's unique about the filters, we get rid of that foam.
Yeah.
You're familiar with that foam, right?
Yeah, the foam, of course.
Yeah. So, here's a filter here. You can see the dirt on it. Here's another one here. Actually, this is the one that would be going to that one there. Foam is great. It's cheap. That's the only good thing about it, unfortunately. Inexpensive. But as the dirt applies to that foam, it actually will block off airflow because they'll suck that foam flat. And that's where you start losing airflow. Where my particular filters, if you look at that end grain on that filter, is 3-dimensional.
Very nice.
So now as the air flows through that filter, it can't crush it and block off that airflow. Also with a thicker material that we use here, if you notice, we go from coarse to fine. So as the air flows through, it creates that static electricity. That's what holds and binds that dirt.
Very nice.
Okay, we're not relying on, if you want to call it air restriction, to capture dirt. There's a difference.
But what I really love about that filter in our RV silencer is I just take a dry vacuum and use it, and it comes out clean. I don't bother taking the filter out anymore. As with the old filters, you have to wash them, clean them, dry them, put them back. But with these ones, just dry vacuum, and it's perfect. It's clean. That's correct.
That is correct. So that is one unique feature about this product, is you can just vacuum it off. I call it take the cake off, and I don't say it always comes clean, but you get at least 80% of that dirt off of there, and then usually that's good enough. And
yeah,
people who have allergies love these filters because they can then take them down, wash them in the sink water, let them air dry, and reinstall.
Perfect, yeah. Right
Or
away.
have a spare set and just swap them out. Typically, if allergies, you're going to probably change them more often than the average person. Yeah. Just swap them out.
Are they affected by any types of things like dishwasher soap, or some things you shouldn't use with it?
No.
Is that what you would recommend?
Yeah.
Just
really, honestly, dishwater soap is all you need. The hardest thing is, some people say, well, I forgot about cleaning. I'm at the campground now, and I want to use the air conditioner, and they're calling me up and say, Daryl, I made a mistake. What happened? Well, I had a hair dryer, so I tried drinking a hair dryer or a heat gun, and it doesn't look the same anymore.
That's right.
No, that's hard on them. So heat is probably one of your biggest things that you want to stay away from. That's why I say let them air dry.
Yeah, very nice.
And you'll retain that structure, and it's in good shape then at that point.
Beautiful.
But the nice thing with having assemblies like this here is a lot of times you need to take these down to clean them. So you can actually vacuum them right in place if you have an onboard vacuum cleaner. So it saves wear and tear on all this plastic also, which is another nice feature.
Do you need any?
Central vac or whatever would pull that right out of there.
Absolutely. Central vac works good. Yep. That's correct. And we sell them basically in a 2-pack, so you can choose what you want as far as sizes go. Like here, this is a 575. I just got it listed for Tiffin Winnebagos, but obviously there's a lot of other ones that are out there. Yeah, that's a 5 1/4 Newmars, 5 1/4 with the hole in the center. Here, this is one primarily for the Newmars. This sits behind that wood panel you pull down. It's not easy to get to, but before you just have just the foam that sits up there and it kind of sticks up there, and eventually they do fall down.
Yeah.
Where I actually applied Velcro right to the backside of that filter, now it has to stay up in place. You know,
Yeah.
I feel it's important that all the air goes through the filter, not around it.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, we don't need filters.
Yeah.
Right on.
Right?
on.
So, and longevity is fantastic with this product. You know, there's no reason why this can't last you 5-7 years with no issues if you treat it correctly.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So,
Well, Daryl, thank you so much. It's been a nice pleasure seeing you again.
yes, nice seeing you
We'd like
again
to see
also.
Very good.
We'll
Thank
see you
so
next
much.
year.